Today is Watchtower Victims Memorial Day, and it's a day to remember all those who are suffering and who have been victimized or abused. It's also to remember those who have taken their own lives from this destructive cult, and those who are shunned like myself from their own family and friends. I went to a local Kingdom Hall and I hung up a bunch of these different flyers throughout the property. It's kind of like how they leave their information at your door. Put some more up over there too. Put that up. This is a Memorial Day for all those affected by the Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witness, this cult. This is to you all today, including myself, for being shunned for 17 years by this organization. So I'm trying to calm down. I was really nervous going to this Kingdom Hall. I was going to drive to my original hall that I was disfellowshipped from, that I went to my whole life, but it's like over an hour away, and I could have done it, but I want to use my time for other things. So I went to the Kingdom Hall closest to me that I've never been to. It was actually pretty nice for Kingdom Hall, but there were two cars parked in the parking lot, and I was like, oh no, because I didn't want to have to talk. I just didn't want to have to talk to anyone. I just wanted to put up my signs in memory of all the victims affected by this organization that just truly messes people up. It's people. It messes you up so bad when you get kicked out, or if you're not following their policies. It's destructive, and it can lead to someone. I can understand why people want to kill themselves, because it just messes with you. It totally mind fucks you. And I was born in, and it was all I knew. So now, like, let me calm down. I need to park somewhere because my eyes are all watery. Okay. Oh man. I can understand with all of the shunning that comes when you are kicked out of this religion, and then you are left to fend for yourself, because everyone you've known your whole entire life, or the people that you've cut off from, if you were out and then came in, like out meaning like you were in the world and then came into this organization, it just messes with you. And then when everyone just cuts you off, and then let's just say it's even you were raped, or you were a victim of child abuse, and this gets me so upset. It's if you do not have two witnesses to this happening and you present it to the elders, if there's no two people witnessing this, it's your word against the other person, and they will, from what I understand, dismiss the case or the allegation because there's no proof. When is there ever going to be proof if someone's raping you, or if someone's molesting you, or sexually abusing you? You're not going to have a witness. Come on. To even have this rule. I mean, what about with my situation? It ended up being my word against his, because he denied everything, and I was disfellowshipped for dry humping my boyfriend. I told him I was going to confess, and I confessed, and he denied all of it, from what I was told, and nothing happened to him. But I got kicked out. I was disfellowshipped. I was shunned from my family, from all of my friends. Imagine how it would be if you were sexually abused, raped, physically abused in a marriage, and you can't get out of that marriage. You got to work it out somehow. Let me pull over. I'm getting angry again. It's fucked up. It's royally fucked up. Let me pull into a spot. Okay. Let's say all this happened to you and you confess, and then they disfellowship you. After all of that happened to you, I mean, I went psycho for a while. I can only imagine how these people, these victims, feel. And I feel for you all. This is why I put those flyers up. I know they're going to be taken down. They'll probably be thrown in the garbage, but it felt good to do it. And it feels good to speak out because I wanted to for so many years. And I was afraid. Because at that time I didn't wake up. I didn't know that this organization was a cult. I was still under the mind control. And the fact that I mean, who knows? They don't tell you who the pedophiles are in your congregation. They don't tell you. I remember my parents would say to stay away from certain people. Oh my gosh, there's just so much fucking garbage in this organization. Their standards are ridiculous. They're contradictive. It's what's the other word? Oh man. Today is about all of the victims. All of the victims. And if you are free, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy you're free. I'm so happy that I'm finally free after almost 17 years. This year is when I woke up. I moved on with my life, but I still had those lingering thoughts. Because I didn't know. I was like, well, what if this is true? And then I came to the conclusion, well, if Armageddon comes, I'm going to die anyway. And I'm going to do what I want to do until the day I die. And that was how I decided I was going to live my life anyway. I was like, I'm not going to let this religion have a hold of me anymore. The mind manipulation. My parents used to blackmail me all the time to try to convince me to come back. And I would try to come back, and there was just something in my gut saying, don't do it. And I followed through with it to find out that it was not even, it was all a lie. We were all fucking brainwashed. When I woke up, I decided I'm never going to let anyone control my thoughts anymore, except for myself. I love you all. Today, I'm remembering and thinking and feeling for all of you who have been victimized, who have lost their lives, who are suffering, who are trying to get out. This is for you today. I love you. I needed to take a walk. I tried to. It's starting to rain, of course. I love being in the forest, in the trees, hearing the breeze through the leaves. Hey, that rhymed. Today is July 26, 2018. And this is my first year honoring all the Watchtower victims, including myself. And I put up some signs at the Kingdom Hall closest to me and excuse me, I was really, really nervous, but I felt good that I did this. And even if they get thrown away, someone's going to look at it and read some of it in the long run. I kind of put them spaced out so they weren't all in one spot. It felt really good to do that. I never thought I would really get into activism, but once I woke up to the fact that I was brainwashed my whole life, and even after leaving this organization, I still had a lot mentally chain linked to the organization in my thinking, a lot of biased thinking that I have had to adjust and change. And it feels good to do that and finally be free mentally from all of this. And it's very challenging because all of my family, my parents, my brothers, my aunt, my uncle, even my grandma, I have so many relatives that are still in this organization. And it's sad because they always, all these years, been trying to get me to come back, and it's like, I just want to save them somehow, but it's not easy where you can just show information to them and them just like, oh my goodness. It doesn't work that way when you're brainwashed. And you're brainwashed so deeply, you're so deeply indoctrinated that you don't even realize what's going on. And it's really, really sad, and it bothers me. It really bothers me. I'm trying to plant little nuggets, especially with my little brother and his family, because they're the only ones who still talk to me. But today is remembering everyone and thinking of everyone affected and those who also took their lives because of this organization and its destructive qualities to destroy families and people. It's not even just families, it destroys people. It really does.